We all think we know the story of a heart attack, right? It's all about cholesterol, lifestyle, clogged arteries. But what if that's only part of the story? What if the real trigger has been hiding in plain sight this whole time?
Okay, stick with me here. What if a heart attack doesn't actually begin in the heart at all, but starts in your mouth? I know, it sounds a little like science fiction, but brand new research suggests that for a lot of people, the real journey to a heart attack could kick off with a common infection. We are talking about a totally radical new way of thinking about the world's #1 killer.
So before we get into this mind-bending new discovery, let's just quickly go over the story we've all been told for decades. The one we see in all the health campaigns and hear from our doctors. Right, so the conventional wisdom has always been pretty straightforward. Heart attacks are basically a disease of lifestyle. It's all about high cholesterol causing this gunk, this fatty plaque, to build up and narrow our arteries until, bam, they get clogged. And the usual suspects are always smoking, a bad diet, not getting enough exercise. It's a simple, if kind of scary equation. But it turns out there might be a huge missing variable. And this, right here, is where our story takes a huge, dramatic turn. Scientists have uncovered a brand new suspect in the lineup, one that could completely reframe everything we thought we knew about what causes a heart attack. I mean, just look at the difference here. The old view focuses almost entirely on lifestyle choices and cholesterol. But this new view, it suggests that a hidden bacterial infection can be the actual spark that lights the fuse. The cholesterol plaque, well, that's just the kindling waiting for a match. And let me be clear, this isn't just some wild theory someone cooked up. This comes from a major international study led by Tampere University in Finland. This is a genuine game changer. And it's built on solid evidence that really does challenge decades of medical thinking. So who is this mysterious new villain? Well, it's not really a single assassin. It's more like a stealthy army of bacteria hiding out where no one ever really thought to look. You can think of it like a Trojan horse, snuck right inside your arteries. Now, the key to this whole mystery is a little something called a bacterial biofilm. What is that? Well, it's basically a colony of bacteria, all living together under this slimy, protective shield. And the shocking part is, these biofilms can set up camp right inside those fatty cholesterol plaques we were just talking about. So what makes these biofilms so dangerous? Well, for one, they can lie dormant for years, maybe even decades, completely hidden from view. Their slimy coating shields them from our immune system, and get this, even from antibiotics. And where do these bacteria come from? The study found DNA from common oral bacteria. Yep, the kind that live in your mouth. And this isn't some super rare thing either. The researchers found the DNA from these bacterial biofilms in roughly 40% of the arterial plaque samples they looked at. 40%! That suggests a massive number of people could be walking around right now with these hidden infections inside them. Okay, so if these bacteria are just sitting there, dormant, what's the big deal? What actually makes them dangerous? Well, it takes a trigger. It takes a perfect storm of events that turns this quiet little infection into a full-blown medical emergency. So here's how it all goes down. First, you've got the bacteria, just hiding out in that biofilm. Then an outside virus comes along, something like the flu, and it puts your whole body under stress. This stress can actually wake up the dormant bacteria. In response, your immune system launches this massive inflammatory attack right at the site of the plaque. This inflammation can get so intense that it actually causes the plaque's protective cap to burst. Now, your body's natural defense system kicks in to form a blood clot called a thrombus to seal up the rupture. But in a narrow artery, that clot is the final blow. It blocks the blood flow, and that is the heart attack. And suddenly, this gives us a clear biological reason for a pattern doctors have noticed for years, that spike in heart attacks during flu season. It's not just some weird coincidence. The flu virus could literally be the trigger that activates these hidden bacterial time bombs. So if a heart attack can basically be an infectious disease, that completely changes how we fight it. This discovery, it just opens up this whole new frontier for prevention and for treatment. Which, of course, leads to this absolutely incredible question. If bacteria are part of the trigger, could we one day vaccinate against them, and in doing so, actually prevent heart attacks? I mean, it sounds revolutionary because, well, it is. This could totally reshape cardiology. Just imagine new diagnostic tests that could spot these biofilms long before they ever become a threat, or doctors prescribing specific antibiotics to at-risk patients when they get the flu. And the long-term goal? Actual vaccines against these oral bacteria. It also means we have to think about holistic care. Suddenly, your dental health becomes a critical part of your heart health. One of the key conclusions from the research really says it all. Myocardial infarction might fundamentally be an infectious disease, not solely a product of cholesterol buildup and lifestyle choices. That's the paradigm shift. Now, it doesn't mean lifestyle doesn't matter, it absolutely still does, but it adds this huge new dimension to the entire problem. So the ultimate takeaway here is this stunningly direct link between different parts of your body. The health of your mouth might be just as important for your heart as your cholesterol levels. It's just a powerful reminder that in our bodies, everything is connected, and understanding that connection, well, it might just save your life.